This is Matt Duffield from mattduffieldtrading.com, and tonight we are going to do a video recap on FORD and PBMD. Before we get started, I want to remind you the video is for informational and educational purposes only. I'm not a registered investment advisor, so make your own decisions because penny stock trading can be risky and you can lose a lot of money quickly. So looking at FORD, I've done a couple of videos on this over the past week or so, and once again, just when this thing looked dead yesterday, it closed at $1.38 on terrible volume, another big down day, and it just had this huge morning spike today from the mid $1.30 range all the way up to $1.60, and then some healthy consolidation, followed by a breakout above the morning high, and this is the same pattern. We see this all the time. This is one of the best trading patterns for penny stocks. When price breaks above the morning high, you see what happens. You get a huge spike normally within minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes. And as you can see, price went from $1.60 and tagged $1.99, almost $2. So I was watching this morning all throughout this time period, and then I had a meeting at 10 o'clock at work, and would you know it, that's exactly when the breakout occurred. And that's life. I mean, that's what happens when you try to actively day trade and have a full-time job. Sometimes you're going to miss opportunities. So when I got out of the meeting, I was watching this corrective action. As price came down from $1.99 back down to the $1.60s, and it floated around $1.60, $1.70 range all day until late afternoon. It had this nice little spike here up to the $1.80 range, and it consolidated again, but this time in the $1.80s. So I know a lot of traders were jumping on board right in here. I saw that in the chat rooms today. So I do think this is going to spike tomorrow again. This is a nice, healthy, bullish setup. I think at a minimum it's going to touch $2 and probably overshoot to $2.20. There is an outside chance this thing gaps up to around $2.10, which is what happened here, and then you just get this monster spike. I mean, there's a chance that happens again, but if you want to play it safe or look at the more likely scenario, I would expect $2 to $2.20 in the morning. All right, so the other big play that I was watching today was PBMD, and this is always a day trader favorite because everyone remembers the big spike from back in May. This super spike that squeezed shorts. It was a nightmare for some and a lottery ticket for others. I was fortunate enough to buy in on this day here at about 278, I think, 280. And I rode it all the way to the top that day and sold it $6. So right near the top. One of my best day trades of the year for sure. So today, if you go to the 5-minute chart, today, it's been gaining some traction. It came alive off of this $1.10, $1.15 range yesterday, jumped up to the $1.20 range, continued, in the same manner today, and had this late day breakout kind of move. And I'll show you what I'm looking at here on the 10-minute chart. Got to go back about 14 days. This is a nice, you could call it many different things, kind of like a rounding bottom. You could say this is even a left shoulder followed by a huge head and then a little right shoulder, the neckline being $1.40. And that's what happened in the afternoon. You got that break above $1.40, which caused the spike to $1.60 there. The price target, I would say, measures to $1.75, $1.80. And, if you look back over here, that would be a retest of this high. So, it's very likely that this is going to happen probably as early as tomorrow. Let me show you the 1-minute intraday chart. I'm not thrilled about how the stock closed at the end of the day. I bought in, where was it? Let me go to a 2-hour chart. I'll show you exactly what I was thinking here. I waited for some consolidation in here after that big spike, and then I saw this bullish engulfing on the 1-minute chart, and I submitted my order. It got executed about $1.55, and the breakout didn't really take hold at that point. It started to break out here, but kind of failed. I thought this was going to be a huge move up to the $1.70, $1.80 range, like a last minute squeeze, and I was going to exit my position. But unfortunately, price sold off. I don't think it's not ruining the setup by any means, because what would invalidate this pattern is a move below $1.40. So there's a lot of great things that can happen by holding this overnight, which is what I chose to do, even though I'm down 6 cents at the close. One, this has made a big move on no news. So there's always a possibility that there's news in the morning, and that could cause a huge spike. Obviously, you saw what happened in May. And just, based on the technicals, this is a good hold. I mean, because you have to go out 14 days to see this big bottoming pattern here in the breakout. So I think by holding overnight, this might even take a day or two to reach its target price. I'm hoping that it has that spike in the morning. I like to trade very short term. So I'd like to take my money and run, especially when the market is, tanking. The Dow was down about 500 points today, and amazingly, PBMD and FORD not only held their ground, but they're up greater than 20% on the day. So as long as the market isn't too crazy in the morning, doesn't see a crash, I really think this is going to have at least a gap up to $1.60, maybe higher. But it's worth holding overnight and seeing what kind of momentum this can bring. So let me take one more look here at the 1-minute chart. Yeah, so I mean, that's the plan. If you can get in tomorrow around $1.50, that would be a great entry point. Maybe even $1.40, that would be even better. Anything under $1.40, be prepared to take losses. That's what I'm going to do. Anything in the upper dollar range, I would say $2 max on an like an overextension kind of move, because look at the resistance right in there at $2. So once it breaks through $1.70, it still has $2 to deal with, which has proven to be a barrier for, let's see, all of June, July, and August. So again, if this spikes to $1.70 to $2 in the morning, I'm out. I can always consider reentry. But be careful. The market's definitely turbulent, so be quick to take profits, and good luck tomorrow.